they want you to hush your crawl. They want to lie to him out in the war we talk. They want to lie to him out in the war we talk. Lie to him out in the war we talk. Lie to him out in the war we talk. Radio tell we long time since 1920 down the line. He say this law is a waste of time. Soon he say is a law looking for a crime. If a man was to sing about politics, he got to be plucky with lots of tricks. He got to use a little diplomacy mix up with common sense and psychology. They want to lie to him out in the war we talk. Lie to him out in the war we talk. They want to lie to him out in the war we talk.
Shouldn't see, but say it anyway. Certain some things that on my mind. You ain't get we in trouble this time. Millions missing him cannot find. Home money missing all the time. Missing match ministers jackass the fools. Public service stall, the gears in reverse. Men on remand for 20 years. Come only selling bread. Missing miles must be turning into grave. Up to the overlord, hole in the rain. Here's us at playing musical chairs. 5, 10, 5 more years. Taxes on the rise, the moderate high. And we are here.
You can't say that. No, boy, you can't say that. Hey, you can't say that. No, boy, you can't say that. Hey, your mouth have the license. Hey, your mouth have the license. Your mouth have the license. Your mouth have the license. They want to lie to him out in the war we talk. Hey, lies to him out in the war we talk. Hey, yo, they want to lie to him out in the war we talk. Lies to him out in the war we talk. Sedition is a phony law, a very, very phony law. The reason for this phony law, they want to license your mouth in the war you talk. Sedition is a wicked law, a big and vexatious law. The reason for this wicked law, they want to frighten you, they want you to hush your crawl. I seen it in big. Yeah, bye. Put that between your legs.
Yes, of course, that's a nice little ending there. But that was Sedition by Three Canal, because there's all kind of madness going on in the world.
They're brilliant, Three Canal. Yeah.
Oh, I've met you have to say Tree as well. You can't really say Tree.
Yeah, no, you can't say Tree Canal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've met them. They're good people. Yeah,
okay,
lovely.
how were they? In Tobago or Trinidad?
Tobago and Trinidad, actually. No, really, really nice people.
So they were gallivanting.
And you know, they were, yeah, indeed. And you know, I'm always on about the emptying out of soca music and like it's lacking content these days. Still got the groove, but lacking content. Those guys there are keeping it alive, man.
Yeah, they are. It's
Kaiso, I believe it is, isn't it?
Yeah, because that sounded like an old time tune, and I think that was one of the ones you were talking about actually when we were doing the carnival shows. I think they have been like trying to bring back that vibe as well.
Yeah, they've kept it true to the traditions since they've been making music. Yeah, I really like them.
So you've got to respect them.
I rate them, yeah.
So, I believe we have our very special first guest in the studio, who is the wonderful Jedi Afua.
Which is an amazing name, by the way.
Well, she's definitely a Jedi. She might tell you a bit more about how you got your name, perhaps. So, if you want to pick up the mic, my sister, you've been here before. You're a friend of Portobello Radio. It's not the first time.
You're a veteran.
Yes. So, perhaps if you could introduce yourself.
Hi.
Oh, we've got no volume. Thank you, Gregsy. Try again.
Hi, thank you for having me here today. Thank you for having me here again as well.
Always a pleasure.
For those of you who don't know me, I am the Jedi, and I teach African yoga. And we have an event on the weekends that I'm here to talk about.
Wonderful. Fantastic. But before you talk about that, maybe your name, as it has
how did I get my name?
Yeah, particularly the Jedi bit. Afua, well, we know it's a Ghanaian name, but Jedi. Because I think of Star Wars. Sorry.
Well, we don't all know. I'd like to hear. Yeah.
So I teach African and Kemetic yoga, as you know, because that's how we met, I think.
Yes.
And when I was doing my training, you've been through the training yourself as well, so you know it's very intensive, 100 days, meditation, practice, asanas, and also like purification of your mind, body, spirit, clean eating. And it creates a shift. And I remember one evening I was at home, and I don't know, I was just like, I feel like guided to be Jedi. And I was thinking about what I would want my company name to be called, because you know that's part of the components of what we like how to manage our business.
Yeah, I haven't gone on to that stage, but I know.
Yeah,
I know about it.
I was thinking like, what do I want my business to stand for? What do I want to stand for? And maybe it's interesting because I'm also a Capricorn, which rules the skeleton, and you know that in Kemet the Jed pillar is associated with the spine. And especially like the top 4 vertebrae being the highest seat of the higher consciousness and stuff like that. And it just, I don't know, it was almost inspired, and I was sketching out the beginnings of my logo and everything, and it felt right. And it's stuck, so I guess it was right.
So yes, listeners, it's not from Star Wars, which is what we always think about when we hear Jedi. It is actually from the Jed pillar, which is also connected to Osar.
Yes, and the followers of, I guess, I want to say not belief, but the followers of the consciousness,
the philosophy.
The philosophy of Osar, which is like fertility, abundance, transcendence, morality, leadership, rulership, balance of oneself,
stability.
Yes,
it's the foundation basically.
Yeah.
So if somebody listening this is the first time ever they've heard about this philosophy, what are some key words for them to Google and further study? Like what would you... To Jedi.
The Jedi.
The Jedi.
Or the Jed.
Okay.
The Jed pillar.
Right. The Jed pillar, yeah.
Osar.
Jed pillar, all right.
Yes.
Cool.
And then you could look at Osiris, which is the Greek bastardization of Osar, and you could look at Osar, Aset rather, which... and Isis, you know, you'll find Horus.
And then Horus.
Because you lot are well knowledgeable, and you forget there's people out there that don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I'm not as knowledgeable as her, but she was my teacher. But yeah,
it's just it's a journey. It's a learning process. So you're never going to know everything. We just try and share and continue to learn and expand.
And I think the interesting thing about the Kemetic tradition is there's different components. So there's those of us who kind of look at it from a historical, cultural perspective and kind of been probably in there for a long time. And then with me certainly, then I realized, there are people that practice it now in the current day spiritually, and then through that as well discovering that there's actually yoga, and that's all part
attached
of it.
to it. And I think also almost like in my DNA, because I'm from Ghana, and definitely through studying, because I wasn't really aware of this before, Ghanaians originate from Kemet, from like Karnak, and like when the dynasty fell and the priests were exiled, they migrated to various parts, Ghana being one of them. And I feel like even Ghana, Karnak, you can hear where the bastardization could have even taken place of the words. So it's like, I feel like very attached to it.
And I think there's been an analysis of some of the Ghanaian languages, and they found direct words taken from Kemet and connections as well. So
I mean, I can give you one definitely. You know, we're named by, in my culture, we're named by the days of the week. So Ajua is Monday, but we say Jua, and it means adorations. Do you know what I mean? That's the one that stands out in my forefront of my mind. And also, even in Asiatic yoga, the other day I found a posture called Meru Pristhiana.
Meru.
Love, right?
Okay.
Exactly. And I was like, and it's at the beginning of it, which means it predates it probably precurses anything that follows, and that's from Kemet.
So direct connections, there you go. Look into it, people, the direct connections between ancient Kemet, which is now Egypt, and other parts of Africa, particularly West Africa, like Ghana, Mali. There's a few other places where we know that for a fact the culture was taken and preserved. Nigeria,
definitely within the Igbo tribe as well.
Yeah.
So I want to hear about this yoga that you're teaching. How does African yoga differ from what most people would understand by yoga?
I always say by about 10,000 years because there's proof that it predates it.
Most things do stem from Africa, so you know.
But I feel like, sorry to cut you, the emphasis is very much about the individual starts off as a spiritual being. But obviously we know through how we live in the world, we can lose track of ourselves as a spiritual being. And, you know, like when you come through as a child, you're young, you're innocent, some people have gifts, imaginary friends, whatever, however you want to look at it. You're very in tune with what's going around you. And then as you grow up, things happen to you, you develop layers of protection, layers of hurt, whatever. And sometimes you lose, a lot of cases, you lose that connection. So in Kemet, the belief is that you start off as I said, enlightened, and through the practice, you move towards re-embodying that spiritual transcendence, that unified element and energy of your being, your connection to higher self.
And where would someone come and find you? If I wanted to come and do a class with you, where would I find you?
At the Life Centre in Notting Hill on a Monday, definitely, from 2 till 3:15, and Tuesday evenings for yoga and aerobics first, and yoga at the Jubilee, from 7 till 9, and sometimes at events.
So all over, wicked. All right, yeah, I'm definitely going to come and check that out.
Yeah, I recommend. Well, I was doing. I tried some Kemetic yoga with someone years ago, a couple of times, and then I decided I really wanted to get into it. So I went to Jedi's classes, and well, I was fit enough to actually then go do the training after going to your classes.
You did great.
It used to happen at Bay 20, didn't it?
That's exactly where I used to go. Yeah,
that's correct.
And does it still?
No, I'm at the Life Centre.
Right, okay.
The class is still a community class. Everybody's welcome, and it's a really nice group of people. And one of the things I really like about it is that it's like a bit of a community within a community. People come and they meet other people, and there's a few friendship groups that have kind of blossomed from practicing together, and it's just nice.
Excellent.
And so tell us about the workshop or the workshops on Sunday.
Well, we have an event, Rest is Revolution, and we will be focusing on mindful, restful practices. We will be starting with breathwork and meditation with Nico Day, and then, thank you. And then I will be leading some Kemetic yoga hoodoo practice. So it's somatic movements and some of the postures. We'll also then have sound bath, crystal bowl sound bath with a coma heart. And we have massage in one of the off rooms and henna and some face painting. And we're very lucky to have Nature's Natural Vegan coming to give us some nibbles to kind of power us up after our practice, and some fresh juices from Osman's Juice as well.
Excellent.
Yes.
And whereabouts is this happening?
So it's all happening at Bay 20.
Yay.
I love Bay 20.
Bay 20 is like our ground zero. It's where we kind of blossomed from, and it's our spiritual home. We love it. So yeah, we'll be at Bay 20. We'll be starting at 12 o'clock. Coming through, I'll be smudging. So like trying to keep the energy nice and help people get into a relaxed state. And then, as I said, meditation from 12:30, yoga from 1 until 1:45, and then sound bath from 1:45 until 2:30, and practitioners in between from 12 until like the massage, the henna, the face painting from 12 until 1:45.
And can people just attend one session, or do they have to do all of the sessions? How does it work?
No, if you wanted to come for the meditation and leave, that's fine. If you wanted to come later and do yoga, you can do that. If you wanted to do all three, you can do that. If you just wanted to come for the sound bath, just as long as you get there for like before we start, then you're more than welcome. If you want to find out more information, we have posts on the @Wicked's Instagram, which is at WYKD_LDN, and also on my Instagram at The Jedi Wellbeing. Also on my TikTok, which is at The Jedi Wellbeing. and you can book tickets, which will ensure that you are prioritized, because I'm not sure how busy it's going to be, but you know, if you want to make sure you get a spot, book a ticket. The link is on the Wickeds and on my Instagram as well.
Excellent. And is there a charge for this?
Nope, everything is free.
Oh my God, it's free.
Giving back to the community, and as I said, just honouring ourselves, our ancestors, and the right of rest, because it's important.
Well, they say self-care and rest and stuff is a revolutionary act.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I believe it is. I've been looking at a few things, and definitely, just off the top of my head, I would say that when your mind is relaxed, that's when you usually get your moments of inspiration. You know, when you're daydreaming, relaxing in the bath, sometimes sitting on the bathroom, doing your washing up, when you're not actively concentrating or focusing, and when you're not in a state of stress or trauma. When you have those insights, usually they can be quite amazing and sometimes life-changing if you have the, you know, fortitude to carry them through. So if everybody acted on their insights, then people would change the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if no one's given the opportunity to rest their mind to have those insights in the first place, then you become a slave to the status quo.
And even if you're, you know, if you're going hard in the struggle, you're not good to the struggle if you're worn out, you
Exactly.
know,
You
if
can't
your
give from
mental
an
health
empty
is
cup.
ailing.
Yes.
And it is hard to actually rest in a world like this. There's so many things going on.
Yeah.
Even the social media and the, you know, all the messaging and the things that are happening in the world. So absolutely right.
Yes, definitely. And I think from my own personal experience, I can say that I do gather most of my insights when I'm just so random moments, just be doing like a repetitive task or something like that, and even helped to recover from illness, from taking those moments, going into deep states of meditation and kind of ordering myself to facilitate health. You know, I said to someone the other day, you can program your brain, like before you're going to sleep, if you haven't had enough sleep or you've got a really short time, maybe 4 hours, 2 hours, if you actually tell yourself as you're going to sleep that I'm going to wake up and feel rested, restored, rejuvenated, full of energy, I'm going to have the best day, 9 times out of 10 you will wake up with that energy, like self-hypnosis.
Speaking it into existence
and being in the right state, that state of theta. Another example I could give is that I was reading something yesterday, and they were saying that they had some immune cells in a petri dish, and that the cells were inactive. And then the clinicians went into another room and they started watching comedy. When the vibration changed, the cells became active and started doing what they were supposed to do. So they put it to the test and started watching something else, stressful, traumatic, horror. The cells began to behave differently. So and it's not even
interesting.
They were outside of a body, but everything is vibration. So when you're in the right vibration, you're in a relaxed state, your brain waves create a different vibration and things change, as you know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
On a cellular level. So your workshops on Sunday, for people listening, it's almost like an opportunity to go to a mini retreat, put things out of your mind and just focus on self.
That's correct. Yeah, that's what we would want to share with the community as a whole.
Well, look, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having
me. I always
me
love
again.
having you with all your wisdom and insight.
I love being able to share, and it's like an honor just to be given a platform to share.
And we need these stories, and also we want people to take advantage of these opportunities.
Yes,
as well.
we do. It's important. Thank you so much.
At this time of year, particularly, all the cold coming in, so we need to be healthy.
Thank you.
Thank you, sister.
All right.
Well, nice one. Nice to meet you, darling.
So I'll put this one on for you.
And every death and rebirth is a cycle, eternal life. low, free soul. Showered in love everywhere that I go. Knee deep in the dirt on rainy nights. Water in the seed of life so the trees them grow. Food for the labor. We mesmerize the world with this flavor. And we don't care about no haters. Shining too bright, you can't shade us. And they're too rude to return them. Bye bye Babylon, we gon' burn them. And they're too rude to return them. Bye bye Babylon, we gon' burn them. And every death and rebirth is a cycle, eternal life. Yeah. And even in my darkest of days, I'm abundant in love and light. Uja Sene. Uja Sene. Uja Sene.
Let the womb talk, yeah. I am the sun, moon, and the stars, yeah. I bring the life through the darkness, yeah. We done seen enough strife, time to run it up, yeah. Let me take this moment to honor the fallen. They rise through dimensions. We strong with their presence. And what they didn't heal, we gon' clean it up. And what they didn't feel, we gon' live it up. And what they didn't see, we paint the picture. Rainbow body, the full spectrum. Breathing in this toxic wisdom, releasing what don't serve me no more.
And every death and rebirth is a cycle, eternal life. Yeah. And even in my darkest of days, I'm abundant in love and light. Uja Sene. 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 Uja Sene.
Yes, that's that's a bit of an echo chamber. Echo chamber. Yeah, that was Ankh Uja Seneb, which is by Free Soul, and that is a Kemetic for health and well-being. So it fitted in very nicely with what we just heard from Jedi Afua. And we now have our special guest, number 2, in the studio, who is.
Hello.
Pick up the microphone now and introduce yourself.
My name is David.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Yeah.
Yeah, my name is David Kalu. Was born in Port of Spain, Trinidad.
Rap.
Been living in London for the past 33 years. Writing has always been a passion, and this is my 4th novel.
Yeah, you're quite prolific with these novels. They're coming out all the time.
So I always wanted to do a collection of short stories, and this is the fruit of it. And it's based on several different things: people in the diaspora, childhood memories, and I touched on quite a few subjects in this book, like domestic violence, homophobia, and also people with depression and stuff like that.
Okay.
And in the title of the book, Portobello Beach, is about a young girl running away from Scotland, coming into London,
and ended up down here.
basically running away from the trials of life and domestic abuse. So it's
So just to be clear, Portobello Beach is stories about this area.
no, it isn't.
Oh, it's a collection of.
Portobello Beach is a beach in Scotland.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be clear because I know your previous stories have centered on the Caribbean, so
Yeah.
especially in Trinidad.
Yeah.
So,
You mean Portobello Road isn't the center of the universe?
Yeah, I thought maybe all these years I've been living here in Portobello for about 30-something years. I
Yeah.
think, well, I didn't know there was a beach.
Yeah. I only knew that when from a visit to Scotland, not last year, you think about 2 or 3 years ago. I did a book talk and a workshop in Edinburgh. So that's how I got the idea for Portobello Beach.
Okay.
Somebody asked me in Trinidad why I didn't name it Maracas Beach. I said, well, it doesn't really ring the same tone, you know. But Portobello Beach, it catches your attention. That's one of the reasons I chose the title.
It'd be very different stories if it was Maracas Beach.
Yes,
People
definitely.
getting licked down by waves and
Yeah,
you know, shark
No, it
and
made
bake.
me think of because we've got a lot of Trinidadians around here, haven't we, and Caribbeans in general. But it made me. It's sort of. I assumed it was a reference to the fact that this is almost little Trinidad. Sometimes.
Well, it is. Maybe that's another book in its making.
There
let's
you go.
hope
You give
so,
some
really,
inspiration.
yeah.
So yes, tell us a bit more about the contents. So you've got a story about a young woman escaping violence, domestic violence.
And some of the other stories is about people coming over to London. Like one of the stories here is I've named it Soho Italia.
So Italia.
Yeah, so it's an Italian coming over, but finding his ground in Soho. Hence the
There used to be
title.
lots of amazing Italian coffee shops down there. I don't know if
Yeah.
they're still there though. They've all been taken away. Gentrification and all that.
Yeah, I was going to say not least
Yeah.
Bar Italia, but
Yeah.
that's still there, right?
Yeah.
Iconic. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be there for hundreds of years still. Yeah, by Italia. Yeah.
So you said this is your fourth book.
Yeah, it's my fourth novel. I've written 5 books. One book is an academic book,
Okay.
which is about crime and violence in Trinidad. So
We don't have no crime and violence in Trinidad. What are you talking about?
Hopefully, I may do an update on that, like a second edition.
What it getting worse?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
So what are the other novels about?
The other novels, Green Mango Chow, which is centered around life in
Yum.
Trinidad.
Yeah.
With a woman, her daily life became obsessed with making mango chow. And in those days, it was set in the 70s. People didn't know anything about chow unless you make it at home. It wasn't being sold on the roadside.
Yeah, we didn't. I used to make it at home. We used to go and pelt a green mango
Yeah.
and just make it yourself.
Yeah.
We
you
were
know?
talking about this the other day, weren't
Yeah.
we? And apparently pineapple chow is a new
Yeah,
thing.
Oh,
Is
that's
that-
a new thing.
You can make a chow with anything now.
Right?
Yeah.
But now when I saw them selling it,
Yeah.
I was like, pineapple chow. They're selling pineapple chow.
So should we take the listeners with us? What is chow? Like,
yeah, go David, tell them.
Well, a chow really is, you can make a chow with anything, cucumber as well. So it's all down to, it's basically, it's like how you have crisp here, you can have a chow. So a chow you can make with mango, pineapple, anything that's edible you can make a chow with. And it's all about the seasoning. And the main ingredient in a Trini chow is shadow benny. If you don't have shadow benny, you ain't got a chow. And now, there is a secret ingredient in every chow now, which is salt prune, sweet and salt prunes,
Well, they're putting salt prune in the chow.
to get the color.
Oh no, I don't know.
see, if I was listening now, I'll be honest, I still would have no idea where's chow.
Okay,
Yeah.
so chow. Okay, chow is probably like a pickle for the
Yeah.
English. You know
Yeah.
how they'll put a Branston pickle on the side
Yeah.
of their plate or
Yeah.
something. But for us, it's basically a fruit that's not ripe. Whatever
Yeah.
fruit you use, you're not going to use. I mean, pineapple maybe, but you don't go for really ripe fruit.
And you
Your
chop
fruit-
it up.
You chop it up and you put some salt and some pepper and some vinegar
And some
Yeah.
and
hot pepper.
No, yeah, hot pepper, yeah,
Yeah.
and some
You
shadow
got to have
benny
that Scotch
and-
bonnet in there.
Right.
and anything else. And you know, as a child, you just make it. We didn't used to put the shadow benny in. We just used to put pepper and vinegar and eat it with salt. But yes,
You're probably from Tongue.
yeah, I am. I'm a real Port of Spain
Yeah.
woman. So yes.
Yeah. That's why you didn't have shadow benny.
No, I'm having my doubles.
Yeah.
So those of us over here who don't have access to Shadow Benny, although you can find it in some very select spots, but we would use what?
Coriander.
Coriander.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
that
hit
would
it
be the
spot on.
closest. Yeah.
Coriander, yeah. It's the closest to
Yeah,
it.
spot on.
So there you go. And in case you don't know what a salt prune is, it's just a dried plum, very salted with a
Yeah.
red colouring kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it turned into a culinary show. I like it. Yeah.
We just get hungry.
My other book, which is Jumbie in Town.
Yes, I love that one.
Jumbie in Town is about my childhood experiences looking for these, what people would normally term like ghosts, or in Jamaica is referred to them as duppies.
Oh, duppies.
Yeah.
Of course.
So we had all these folklores. My mum used to always relate these stories, and I thought, I'm gonna go out and find these jumbies that she's talking about. And that was my experience in Jumbie in Town. And then my book that preceded this one is called Hitchhiking to Montreal, which is a spy novel.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, of course. We never got you on to
You
talk
got
about that.
range.
Yeah.
Man.
He's definitely an eclectic author. You don't stick to one genre.
No, definitely. And like somebody asked me a question recently, do I write for Trinidadians? And I said, no, I write for people who can read.
Good
like that.
answer. Yeah,
That's a
that's
great
a good
answer.
answer.
Yeah,
I like that.
I write for people who can read. But I try in all of my writings to actually keep a bit of dialect in there.
I was
to
now going to ask
keep
you.
keep the dialect alive. And talking about mango chow, in the book Portobello Beach, there is a story about calabash mango, which when we were growing up as kids, there was this huge calabash mango tree, and everybody like just gravitated to the calabash mango because it was such a nice mango.
Nicer than the Julie?
Julie is posh people mango.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm outing
It's-
myself here, aren't I?
Yeah,
How
you're a
to
posh,
des-
posh
to
townie,
describe-
man.
To describe what a Julie mango is, I'll put it in a context like this. You know, like long ago, if you wanted to buy, like, say, a fridge or a washing machine, you had to save up. Yeah?
Oh, God.
You have to save up to get your washing machine. But then come the credit card, you don't have to save up anymore.
Yeah.
So everybody have a credit card. Now everybody in Trinidad have a Julie mango tree. Even if they don't have a yard, they have a tree.
They have a tree.
So Julie mango in those days was the posh people mango. You know, we call it big shot mango.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord,
yeah,
have
yeah.
mercy.
When I was living in Tobago, I had two different kinds. One of them was
Oh, it
ice
was a
cream.
real big shot then, a real big
yeah. Yeah. I'm up, Mark. Yeah, you mean? Ice cream and some other kind that I forget. But yeah, the ice cream was far too sweet.
Yeah.
Yes. So, what's you doing with the book? Are there any readings or book? I mean, I've had a book launch and
I have not had a book launch yet. I've just had a offer from my Trini shop
oh, okay.
to do like a reading there and introduce the book, and I think it's a perfect setting, my Trini shop, to have this book there.
That's
So
a perfect.
um,
But also, I mean, you're connected with RBKC, and they've got their libraries there. Are they going to be
Yeah, you
stocking
could
this
do
book?
some
We need to
readings
make
around
sure
here.
that
I
we have
haven't.
this on, we have this on the.
I
the
haven't
book list.
contacted RBKC library yet about stocking the book, but RBKC library has Jumbie in Town.
Okay, good.
on there.
Well, that's what we want.
That
to
one
go.
sounds particularly good, I have to say. I'm going to go and read that one.
And have you got a favourite story in here? I mean, if somebody could only read one or two stories in your book, is there one that you would direct them to?
The one story I will go into there is the Ghost Kisser.
Oh, you're really fast. You like all this ghost business, don't you?
Well, I won't give away much to the story, but it's about, again, you know, touching on different aspects of life. And this is based on an adolescent person.
Okay.
Yeah. Experiencing what kissing is like for the first time. You know, a real kiss.
So cute.
But the mystery in it is that the person who he has this experiences, he doesn't really know her. And so it is for the reader to find out.
So are we going to find out whether she really is a ghost or not?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So what are our chances of some Trini zombies or some Trini vampires in the future then?
You have anything with Sukunya already?
Yeah, there is a story in there about the Sukuya hunter as well.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. So there's a bit of everything in there. Yeah.
something for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds excellent.
I would like to do
When-
something about some Trini zombies, though.
Yeah, when I started writing this book, I didn't have a clear idea in my head what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to have a collection of stories. To do in like a novel based on one story, kind of just wanted to move away from that a little bit. And this gave me the opportunity to like craft different stories, different things and people, different experiences. And sometimes when we think about these stories, we don't think about the message it's carrying. But when you look back and you look at the messages that's there, things that people suffer in silence about. And in the book, there's also a story about a young woman who is escaping domestic violence, from drunks and from her childhood, your elders who took advantage of you. You had to do all the housework and all of that without no gains, and it's just about escaping that. And then she just had the courage to just pick up and leave one day. So
when you were putting together the stories,
Yeah.
was it a case that you had written the stories specifically for this publication, or were you just writing, collect as you go along, and then selecting things to go
I made it
into?
up as I went along.
Oh, okay.
I just had the idea in my head. I jot down the name. I had in any of my writings, I always had the title before the story.
Interesting. Some people
Yeah.
get the ending before the title, don't they?
I always have a title and then I write the story.
Okay.
And is there like a word count? Because we had one of our guests last week writes flash fiction, which is really, really short.
Yeah.
I mean, so is this more traditional sort of short stories rather than very, very short stories, or?
They're not traditional short stories. Some are short, some are very lengthy.
Okay,
Like
so it's a
let's say
mixture.
like 2 to 2,500 words.
Okay.
Little
but there are
mini
some-
novellas kind
Huh?
of thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a novella. But there are some shorter ones in there. There's one in there that's called On the Edge, and it's just about somebody being frustrated over their lives, how it's taken, the route it's taken, and to where they are at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people who look back on their lives and thinking, "Oh, I didn't do this. I didn't have the chance to do this." They blame people for their failures and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it's just something of a reflection of it. So as I said, it's just
So there's a moral to every story. It's like
To
a bit
every
like,
story.
a bit like the folklore that we
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, that
so-
has a
Yeah.
some sort of philosophical message behind it.
yeah. But the stories, they're not overtly in your face. It's very subtle. So in the terms of Portobello Beach, the title story in there, she's not. There's no signs of being suicidal or anything like that. But at the end of it, then that was her demise. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
well, he's given us some info on one
Yeah.
story, so we know what to expect. So yes, so what next, and where can we get the book?
And the book is available on Amazon.com. And for those who are familiar with mytrinishop.com, it's available there as well. So you can pick up the book there locally. I am in the process of getting it into other bookstores. So
And
a
have
bit
you got a
time.
website or any social media
Um,
handles where people can also reach out?
No,
and get-
no website. Straight on Amazon.com, and it's available there. People can contact me at david.cashewbooks@gmail.com.
You want to spell that?
Yeah. Sorry?
You want to spell it out?
Yeah, David,
David.
yeah, and it's Cashew Books, CASHEW Books, one word, @gmail.com.
Wonderful. And
So you said you were doing a reading at mytrinishop.com. What does that mean? I thought that they were an online thing.
no,
they've
book
got
launch.
they've got a shop in Romford.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
mytrinishop.com, Romford.
Right, so
They
people
used
could
to be
come down
online,
there.
and they think they opened up about 5 or 6 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's quite new. 'Cause
Yeah, it's quite
to
new,
my
yeah.
knowledge, they were online things.
Yeah, they used to be basically online.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when? Sorry.
Yeah,
so
when is it?
so
Yeah, when
yeah.
is
So
it?
when can people
that
come
would
down?
be
And
sometime in November. No date has
Okay.
been set yet.
but
So
you'll
will-
let us know, won't
yeah,
you? So,
definitely. Yeah.
yeah.
We might
Yeah.
come down to that.
Yeah, it might
Yeah,
be.
let's do it.
Might
Yeah,
do
it'd
it.
be nice for you to come along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Visit Romford.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, and hopefully you'll do some readings locally as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we-
Yeah. Hopefully I can do some reading at Kensington and Chelsea
At the library,
Yeah,
yeah.
that'd be
Nice.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah, because I did a reading there last year with John Beantown. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
so that was very successful.
And so, are you writing anything else as we speak? Is there anything in the
Well,
works?
I didn't want to give it away, but since this is Portobello and this is in the hub of what we call Caribbean community.
Yes.
Next year, 60 years of Notting Hill Carnival. So
Oh goodness.
I'm looking to do something on that vein.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yes. So
Well, we hope to see you before next year with your new book, and hope to see you at one of these readings.
yeah, definitely.
And keep in touch and tag us on Portobello Radio if you're
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what can we say? But thank you for coming
Yeah,
back.
No
it's
problem.
great
It's
time
my
with
pleasure
you.
to be here, as always.